Welcome back. Today we're going to be going through the Mediterranean style diet and some more deep diving into nutrition. So let's get started here. So the Mediterranean diet is the most researched diet for improving mental health concerns, decreasing inflammation, and supporting our gut microbiome. It really increases the diversity of our gut microbiome. And it's also the most researched for preventing cardiovascular disease. So a lot of the research is guiding why we're talking about the Mediterranean diet today. It has a lot of incredible health benefits. And a premise as well, this isn't a strict diet plan per se, but rather guidelines that get to be utilized to create a sustainable lifestyle. So we're not wanting to count calories or carbs, but rather making healthy substitutions and becoming more attuned with our bodies, what foods make us feel tired or make our stomach hurt or give us energy, and getting more in tune with this. And so, Mediterranean diet is really focused on getting enough fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats as well as really the foundation of this. So, things like olive oil and nuts and seeds really providing us with, as well as fish, providing us with these healthy fats and omega 3s, having quite a bit of vegetables and fruits in our diet, and whole grains and beans and legumes for the fiber component, and having really well sourced eggs and poultry and cheese and yogurt as well. Not the ones with added sugar, but the high quality that have probiotics that are feeding our gut, that are giving us a lot of nutrients. And then really limiting red meat to maybe once a week, as well as sweets to maybe once or twice a week. So really making this a sustainable lifestyle. And there's a mindful eating practice I'll let you go through on your own. Really important to tune in with everything that we're eating. How does it make us feel? Being super present with it. If we're in a relaxed state as we're eating, we'll actually be able to digest better and more properly because we're actually moving into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest side of our nervous system. If we're eating on the go and we're stressed out and we're in our sympathetic, we're actually not going to be digesting properly. So having a mindful eating practice to where we are sitting down, we have gratitude for our food, we're tasting every bite. It's going to be really important for proper digestion and assimilation. So we'll dive into some of the details here. So vegetables, we're wanting to have half our plate be veggies at every meal, or this looks like 4 serving of vegetables a day. So a serving is 1 cup of raw or a half cup of cooked vegetables is what this looks like. And a lot of people, are opposed to veggies, and I always say, hey, let's experiment. Let's try to find the ones that you like. If it's cooked on the stove top, if it's cooked in the oven, adding different herbs and spices to it, kind of experimenting and find the way that we enjoy it the most. Next is fruit. So fruit is really amazing for us. I'll point out, especially berries are really high in antioxidants. They're really great for cognition, memory, and also reducing our risk of cardiovascular disease. And fruit has many important vitamins and minerals for us. So it can be a really good substitute for, let's say, a traditional dessert, right? Fruit also has a lot of fiber. That's really good for our gut microbiome as well. So when it comes to fruit, we're wanting to avoid the fruit juices. This is essentially just all the sugar concentrated and all the fiber taken out. So we can eat the whole food will be better for us. Smoothies are really good options for getting the whole fruit, and we can add in things like spinach or nuts or chia seeds. So I always recommend a smoothie a day to really get that fruit intake. And when it comes to our protein, we really want to make sure animal products are labeled free range or grass fed, grass finished. will be really important. Also make sure that they're antibiotic free, make sure that that is clearly labeled. So things like turkey, chicken, lamb, and wild game will be the best for us there. And right, if the animal is treated properly and being treated in a humane way, it'll actually be healthier for us as we're consuming it. And then also with eggs as well. So making sure that we're getting, yeah, the cage-free, free-range, organic eggs as well. You can really tell the difference in the yolk. The free-range chicken has a really bright orange yolk, and the ones that are kind of cooped up in their chicken coop, it's like a really pale yellow. So really getting a lot more nutrients with these well-treated chickens in their eggs, right? Um, and then beans, really good source of fiber. It's a component of the Mediterranean diet. And then also going down to fish. Fish is really great for us. It has a lot of the healthy omega-3 fatty acids that we want. And our brain is 60% made up of fat. So getting enough fat is extremely important for our brain health, as well as our cellular health. All of our cell membranes are made up of fat. So having the healthy unsaturated fats are really good for us and our brain health and our cellular health. But with fish, we're really wanting to make sure that it's sourced properly. There is a big problem with mercury contamination with a lot of fish. So I have listed out here the fish that are lowest in toxins, and we're wanting to make sure to get like wild caught Alaskan is kind of the best that's out there right now, not wanting to get farmed or fish from the Pacific. And then next is grains. So a lot of people will be sensitive to gluten. So it can be important to kind of tune into the body and see how you feel after having gluten. If you're really tired and fatigued, maybe have a headache, indigestion, this can be signs that we might be gluten intolerant. So it could be worth a try going 3 months without gluten and seeing any of these odd, even like joint pain or depression symptoms can be linked to gluten. So it could be worth doing a gluten-free trial and seeing how you feel being off of gluten. And there's a lot of great, yeah, gluten-free options out there. But yeah, if we are going for grains, you want to do whole grains and things like wild rice, quinoa are really fantastic options when it comes to grain, really avoiding like the white rice, the white pasta, and going towards the multi-grain whole grain will give us a lot more micronutrients as well as a lot more fiber. Okay, moving on to our nuts and seeds. This also provides us with the healthy omega-3 fatty acids that we really want for our brain health, cellular health. I would just recommend, a handful of nuts a day. It's a really great snack. And kind of having a mixture of all different kinds of nuts can provide us with a lot of these micronutrients that we're needing. I also recommend like chia seed and flaxseed to add into oatmeal or cereal or into our smoothies. It's a really high in omega-3. So chia seed, flax seeds are great options as well. And then when it comes to our cooking oils, so first we want to be aware of their smoke point. So if we're cooking with oil at a too high of a heat for that oil, it'll turn into a toxic byproduct. So olive oil smoke point is around 375. So being aware when we're cooking with olive oil, we want to be below that temperature. So that's something easy to look up with these different oils. So olive oil is a really fantastic option, making sure that it's, from a high quality source, of course, and aiming for this around, 4 tablespoons of olive oil a day, would be really fantastic to get our omega-3s. So we can add it into our salad dressing for cooking our vegetables, a lot of different ways that we can add in olive oil to our diet, and other, ones as well. Coconut is good, and coconut oil can be good in smaller amounts. It is saturated, as it is a saturated fat, so smaller amounts, but also not bad. Um, and yeah, other ones that we can utilize as well. Grapeseed oil, flax oil will have higher smoke points, so those are good options for that. And then, of course, desserts. Fruit is always a great option for our dessert. And of course, having therapeutic spices can always be good as well. So turmeric is anti-inflammatory. We can use cinnamon, helps to kind of rev up the immune system. Garlic is antimicrobial. So there's a lot of these spices that we can utilize medicinally and that are actually really good for us. And then for our beverages, right, really wanting to cut out and limit any kind of soda or energy drinks, and maybe limiting our caffeine intake to 1 to 2 servings a day. And then herbal teas are also really medicinal for us, so we can utilize things like chamomile or lavender if we're feeling anxious. And there's some really good sleepy time blends that help with sleep. So we can use this as medicine as well. So yeah, this is our nutrition overview. I hope that this was informative for you. And I'm excited to see you in our next video.